My darling youngsters, hear my voice as it reverberates through the profundities of your spirit. I, your maker, come to you with unlimited love and endless insight. As you venture through the maze of life, realize that you are rarely alone. I'm the signal of light amidst obscurity, the consistent hand that guides you through the tempest. In the first place, I designed the sky and the earth, reinvigorating presence with a heavenly reason. From the very beginning, I have looked after you with faithful dedication, sustaining the seeds of your true capacity and winding around the strings of your fate. As you stand at the junction of decision and outcome, I coax you to listen near the murmurs of my soul, for I'm the way, reality, and the life, driving you along the way of honesty. My direction resembles a delicate breeze, blending your heart and enlightening the shadows of uncertainty and dread. In the midst of vulnerability, turn your look upward and hold nothing back from except my heavenly guidance. Relinquish the weights weighing weighty upon your spirit, and give up to the harmony that outperforms all comprehension. For in my presence, you will track down comfort and solidarity to confront the difficulties that lie ahead. Trust in my unfailing adoration, dear kids, for I have plans to succeed you and not to hurt you, plans to give you trust in the future. However the world might entice you with its transient joys and void commitments, recollect that my methodologies are higher and my adoration perseveres until the end of time. Along these lines, as you leave upon each new day, let my direction be your compass and my statement be your anchor. Stroll in the radiance of my reality, and you won't ever flounder, for I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the start and the end, and my adoration for you exceeds all logical limitations. Tune in, my kids, and notice my admonition, for the adversary hides in the shadows, trying to mislead you with his shrewdness double-dealing. From the profundities of obscurity, he murmurs sweet lies and sows seeds of uncertainty to you. He goes after your shortcomings, tempting you with commitments of force, delight, and success. Be careful the charm of enticement, for like a catch traps the unwary. The enemy sneaks like a thundering lion, looking for whom he might gobble up. He takes on the appearance of a holy messenger of light, camouflaging his actual expectations behind a cover of deception. Try not to be hoodwinked by his vacant commitments or alluring charms, for his way drives just to annihilation and depression. He tries to deny you of your legacy and separate you from my affection. Yet, dread not, for I have empowered you to oppose him, to stand firm against his plans. Arm yourselves with the shield of honorableness, bracing your flanks with truth and wearing the breastplate of confidence. Take up the safeguard of salvation and the sword of the soul, which is my statement. With these weapons, you can extinguish each blazing dart of the malicious one and arise successful in the fight for your spirit. Keep in mind, my kids, that you are in good company in your battle. I'm with you continuously, directing you through the dimness and driving you into the light. Call out upon me, and I will convey you from the grip of the adversary. Trust in my solidarity, and you will conquer each obstruction that hinders you. In this way, be watchful and clear-headed, for Satan slinks about like a thundering lion, looking for whom he might eat up. In any case, cheer up, for I have defeated the world, and in me you will track down triumph. Stroll in the radiance of my reality, and the murkiness won't ever defeated you. My cherished kids, realize that you are participated in a furious fight for your spirit. The enemy looks to capture you in his trap of falsehoods and drag you down into the pit of gloom. Yet, I have called you to a higher reason, to stroll in the radiance of truth and honesty. The war zone isn't a flesh yet of profound powers, concealed at this point ever present. The foe takes up arms against your brain, looking to ruin your contemplations and lead you away from my way. He murmurs questions and fears, enticing you to spurn your confidence and embrace his falsehoods. In any case, don't surrender, for I have outfitted you with the shield of salvation and the blade of the soul. Stand firm in your confidence, realizing that I am with you continuously, directing and safeguarding you from hurt. Take shelter in my promise, for it is a light unto your feet and a light unto your way. Amidst fight, don't lose heart or become tired, for triumph has a place with the people who trust in me. Oppose Satan, and he will escape from you. Cling tightly to your convictions, realizing that I have defeated the world and that nothing can isolate you from my affection. Be solid and gutsy, my kids, for I have not provided you with a feeling of dread, but rather of force, love, and a sound brain. Let your light sparkle brilliantly in the haziness, for it is in your shortcoming that my solidarity is made awesome. Trust in me, and I will lead you securely through the tempest of life into the guaranteed place that is known for timeless harmony and happiness. My dear kids, the world wherein you dwell is loaded up with allurements and enticements intended to mislead you from my way. It introduces itself in different structures, promising satisfaction, delight, and achievement. However, underneath its sparkling veneer lies void and otherworldly rot. The allurements of the world are tricky and underhanded, interesting to your physical cravings and bodily senses. They try to allure you with impermanent joys that eventually leave you feeling unsatisfied and yearning for more. Material riches, notoriety, and common praise might appear to be tempting, yet they are momentary and transient, similar to a passing shadow. Be careful with the catches laid by the foe, for he slinks around like a thundering lion, looking for whom he might gobble up. He utilizes the joys of the world to catch the hearts of the clueless, driving them down a war zone in gloom. In any case, I ask you, my dearest, don't adjust to the examples of this world, however be changed by the restoring of your brain. Focus on things above, not on natural things, for the fortunes of this world will rust and rot, however the fortunes saved in paradise are everlasting. Look for first my realm and my honesty, and everything will be added unto you. Host the allurements of the world, knowing that more prominent is he who is in you than on the planet Heath. Escape from the adoration for cash, which is the foundation of a wide range of malevolence, and seek after rather honesty, righteousness, confidence, love, tolerance, and delicacy. Try not to be deluded by the brief joys of wrongdoing, however cling tightly to the consistently honest reality, which is a light unto your feet and a light unto your way. Watch your hearts and brains against the underhandedness of riches and the considerations of this world, for they stifle the word and make it unfruitful. Recollect that you are on the planet, however not of the world. Let your light sparkle splendidly in the dimness, mirroring my affection and effortlessness to people around you. Also, as you stroll in compliance to my will, you will find genuine satisfaction and fulfillment that must be tracked down in me. My dearest kids, I address you now of the otherworldly fighting that furies around you, concealed by mortal eyes, however felt in the profundities of your spirits. For you wrestle not against flesh, but rather against territories, against powers, against the leaders of the murkiness of this age, against otherworldly hosts of mischievousness in the magnificent spots. The powers of obscurity are ever present, trying to subvert your confidence, plant seeds of uncertainty, and lead you away from reality. They sneak in the shadows, murmuring untruths and misleading, enticing you to wander from the way of honorableness. They look to take, kill, and annihilate, causing qualms about wow and sway. In any case, dread not, for I have not provided you with a feeling of dread, but rather a force of affection and of a sound brain. You are more than champions through me who loves you, and in my name you have authority over all the force of the foe. Stand firm in the defensive layer of God, clad in the belt of truth, the breastplate of uprightness, the shoes of the good news of harmony, the safeguard of confidence, the head protector of salvation, and the blade of the soul, which is the expression of God. Try not to be uninformed about the foe's plans, yet be watchful and level-headed, opposing him resolute in the confidence. For however the foe might thunder like a lion, looking to threaten and gobble up, he is at last a crushed enemy, for I have prevailed over him on the cross. Amidst profound faiths, call out upon me, and I will fortify you. Implore consistently, for the requests of the honorable are strong and viable against the powers of haziness. Encircle yourself with friends in faith who can empower and elevate you, for where a few are assembled in my name, there I am amidst them. Realize that you don't battle alone, for I'm with you generally, even to the furthest limit of the age. I'm your asylum and strength, and always present assistance in the difficult situation. So cheer up, my darling, and be of good boldness, for I have conquered the world, and in me you also will survive. My adored kids, regard my words as I address you of the charm of common cravings that look to entrap your hearts and mislead you. In the tremendous region of creation, I have put inside you a yearning for satisfaction, a longing for reason, and a hunger for euphoria. However, be careful with the allurements that take on the appearance of well springs of fulfillment, in any case leave you vacant and unsatisfied. Your general surroundings is loaded up with temporary joys and void commitments, captivating you with the sparkling appeal of riches, claim, and influence. It murmurs enticingly, promising bliss and satisfaction if by some stroke of good luck you would pursue its fortunes. However, I caution you, don't put away for yourselves treasures on the planet, where moth and rust obliterate, and where cheats break in and take. For what does it benefit a man to acquire the entire world, however relinquish his spirit? The quest for common delights might bring brief fulfillment, yet it can fulfill the most profound longings of your spirit. It resembles pursuing the breeze, in every case barely unattainable, leaving you exhausted and baffled. Try not to be adjusted to the examples of this world, however be changed by the recharging of your brain, that you might perceive what is great and satisfactory and awesome. Fix your eyes not on the things that are seen, but rather on the things that are inconspicuous, for the things that are seen are impermanent, yet the things that are concealed are timeless. Look for first my realm and my honesty, and everything will be added unto you. Track down your actual character and reason in me, for I have made you for a more noble fate than the passing delights of this world. Enchant yourself in me, and I will offer you everything you could possibly want. Try not to be deluded by the passing joys of wrongdoing, for transgression, when it is completely developed, delivers demise. Monitor your hearts against the desire of the tissue, the desire of the eyes, and the pride of life. Be careful in supplication, that you might oppose enticement and stand firm despite misfortune. Recall the expressions of my child, who defeated the enticements of the malevolent one in the wild. Man will not live by bread alone, however, by each word that returns from the mouth of God. Stay in my promise, and you will track down obvious fulfillment and enduring satisfaction. Amidst the commotion of common cravings, tune in for my voice, directing you on the way of honesty and driving you to the bountiful life that I have guaranteed. Pick this day whom you will serve, and let your hearts be undaunted, confiding in me alone. My cherished kids, I address you now with the guile misdirection that hides in the shadows, taking on the appearance of light, trying to mislead you from the way of truth and uprightness. Be careful with the bogus commitments that allure to you with honeyed words and captivating deceptions, for behind their veneer lies the haziness of misdirection and annihilation. In the nursery of your life, there are many voices clamoring for your consideration, offering you simple answers for life's difficulties and convenient solutions to your most profound cravings. They guarantee you abundance without exertion, accomplishment without penance, and delight without result. Yet, I tell you, don't be hoodwinked by their unfilled commitments, for they lead just to dissatisfaction and hopelessness. The liar slinks around like a thundering lion, looking for whom he might gobble up. He goes after your shortcomings and uncertainties, murmuring lies into the profundities of your spirit, planting seeds of uncertainty and discontent. He entices you with the charm of moment satisfaction, asking you to enjoy your physical cravings without respect for the outcomes. However, I caution you, my kids, don't be ensnared in that frame of mind of the adversary, for his methodologies are the methods of death. He guarantees you opportunity, yet truly he subjugates you to sin. He guarantees you joy, yet as a general rule, he leaves you broken and void. He guarantees you power, yet actually he leads you down the war zone. Try not to be hoodwinked by the passing delights of wrongdoing, yet focus on the everlasting reality who can be depended on. For my promise is a light unto your feet and a light unto your way, directing you through the murkiness and driving you into the superb light of my presence. Entrust in me with everything that is in you, and lean not on your own comprehension. In the entirety of your ways recognize me, and I will make your way straight. Be watchful, my youngsters, and watchman your hearts against the plans of the detestable one. Put on the full covering of God, that you might have the option to remain against the wiles of Satan. Stand firm in the confidence, realizing that the very power that raised Christ from the dead stays inside you. Oppose Satan, and he will escape from you. Amidst the tempest, stick to the anchor of my affection, for I am your shelter and strength, and exceptionally present assistance in the difficult situation. However the foe might pounce upon you with blazing darts of uncertainty and dread, I have given you position to stomp all over snakes and scorpions, and over all the force of the adversary. Nothing will using any and all means hurt you, for I'm with you generally, even to the furthest limit of the age. So be solid and gutsy, my dearest kids, for I have defeated the world. Stroll in the radiance of my reality, and you will track down opportunity, euphoria, and harmony that outperforms all comprehension. For I'm the way, reality, and the life, and nobody comes to the dad besides through me. Live in me, and I will stay in you, and you will bear a lot of organic product, for separated from me, you can sit idle. Dear kids, in the excursion of life, you will experience numerous impulses to think twice about confidence, your qualities, and your honesty. The foe, knowing your shortcomings and weaknesses, will shrewdly make circumstances and amazing open doors intended to lead you away from the way of honor opposed. The appeal of give and take might introduce itself in different structures, the commitment of accomplishment to the detriment of trustworthiness, the proposal of delight at the expense of virtue, with the compulsion to adjust to the behaviors that most people find acceptable as opposed to standing firm in your convictions. However, I ask you to oppose these enticements energetically, for the outcomes of give and take are critical. Compromise frequently seems alluring temporarily, offering quick delight and impermanent alleviation from tension or distress. It might appear to be a path of least resistance at tough spots, or a way to rapidly accomplish your objectives more. In any case, the temporary advantages of give and take fail to measure up to the drawn-out results it brings. At the point when you undermine your standards or values, you penance your otherworldly honesty and imperil your relationship with me. Each compromise works on the underpinning of your confidence, debilitating your purpose and separating you from my presence. What might have begun as a little trade-off can accelerate into an example of conduct that leads you endlessly further away from me. Also, compromise frequently prompts internal conflict and struggle as you wrestle with sensations of responsibility, disgrace, and lament. You might wind up caught in a pattern of give and take in defense, supporting your activities to yourself as well as other people, trying to quietness the voice of conviction inside you. However, word counts. You realize that genuine harmony and satisfaction must be tracked down in acquiescence to my will. Recollect the expressions of my worker Joshua, Take this day whom you will serve, however, with respect to me and my home. We will serve the Master. Settle on a firm choice to remain in favor of truth and honorableness, no matter what the expense. Try not to falter or be influenced by the tensions of the world, however cling tightly to the standards and values that I have uncovered to you in my promise. In snapshots of enticement, call upon me for strength and astuteness to oppose the charm of give and take. Look for the direction of my soul, who stays inside you, to perceive among good and bad, and to pick the way that prompts life. Trust in my vows to maintain you and safeguard you, even notwithstanding misfortune. Eventually, realize that genuine triumph comes not from split the difference, but rather from immovable confidence and compliance to my orders. However the street might be restricted and the excursion might be troublesome, I'm with you constantly, driving you in the ways of exemplary nature for the well-being of my name. Remain consistent with me, and I will be your shelter and strength, your always present assistance in the difficult situation. I cherish kids. Be careful with the trickery of misleading commitments that the enemy murmurs into your ears, for his words are covered with honey yet hides the toxin of obliteration. In your excursion through life, you will experience many captivating offers and apparently alluring open doors that guarantee satisfaction, bliss, and achievement. However, not all that sparkles is golden, and not all commitments are reliable. The foe of your spirit, who sneaks around like a thundering lion looking for whom he might eat up, is an expert of duplicity and crafty. He knows your longings, your shortcomings, and your weaknesses, and he will persevere relentlessly to steer you off track. He will hang before you the charm of riches, influence, acclaim, and joy, promising to fulfill the most profound longings of your heart. He will murmur lies into your psyche, letting you know that satisfaction can be tracked down in material belongings, in common praise, or chasing after self-centered wants. However, don't be misdirected by his shrewdness plans, for the commitments of the insidious one are unfilled and transient. They might give him permanent joy or satisfaction, however eventually they lead just to vacancy, sadness, and obliteration. The abundance of this world resembles dust that gets past you. The distinction and honors resemble blurring blossoms that shrivel and kick the bucket, and the delights of transgression resemble harsh natural product that leaves a sharp desire for your mouth. All things being equal, trust in me and in my commitments, for they are valid and persevering. I'm the God who keeps pledge and unflinching affection with the people who love me and keep my rules. I guarantee you plentiful life, not in the temporary delights of this world, but rather in the timeless wealth of my realm. I guarantee you delight that is unspeakable and loaded with brilliance, harmony that outperforms all comprehension, and love that won't ever fizzle. Try not to be influenced by the unfilled commitments of the detestable one, however anchor your expectation and your confidence in me alone. Look for first my realm and my honesty, and everything will be added unto you. Enchain yourself in me, and I will offer you everything you could ever want. Stroll in acquiescence to my promise, and you will encounter the wealth of my favors. Recollect the expressions of my worker Solomon, and trust in the ruler with everything that is in you, and lean not on your own comprehension. In the entirety of your ways recognize him, and he will coordinate your ways. Try not to be baited away by the sparkling allurements of the world, yet focus on me, the creator and perfecter of your confidence. Despite enticement and trickiness, stick firmly to my commitments and cling tightly to the reality who can always be trusted. Allow my soul to be your aid in your solidarity, driving you in the ways of honorableness and safeguarding you from the catches of the shrewd one. For in me alone will you track down evident satisfaction, enduring delight, and everlasting life. My dearest kids, as you explore the deceptive waters of life, realize that I am with you generally, even to the furthest limit of the age. However you might stroll through the valley of the shadow of death, dread no underhanded, for I am your light and your salvation. In the haziest of evenings, when the powers of dimness appear to win, recollect that I am the Lord of light who sparkles in the murkiness, and the obscurity can't conquer me. The foe, the ruler of haziness, lurks about like a thundering lion, looking for whom he might gobble up. He spreads his lies, his misleading, and his allurements, looking to steer you off course and to drag you down into the profundities of gloom. Yet cheer up, my youngsters, for I have beaten the world. I have vanquished sin passing and the abilities of obscurity, and I have gotten for you a magnificent triumph. Try not to fear the haziness, for it is in the obscurity that my light sparkles the most splendid. The hazier the evening, the more brilliant the sunrise. At the point when you wind up encompassed by the shadows of dread, uncertainty, and despondency, lift up your eyes to me, for I am the radiance of the world. In my light, you will track down trust, strength, and fortitude to confront anything difficulties might come your direction. Amidst the fight among light and dimness, recollect that I have previously won the triumph. The cross was not the end, but rather the start of win over the powers of malevolence. Through my passing and restoration, I have incapacitated the rulers and specialists and made a public exhibition of them, winning over them by the cross. Hence, put on the full covering of God, that you might have the option to stand firm against the plans of Satan. Stroll as offspring of light, sparkling as encouraging signs and truth in a world covered in murkiness. Let your light sparkle before others, that they might see your great deeds and extol your dad in paradise. Be watchful and alert, for Satan sneaks around like a thundering lion, looking to gobble up. Yet, oppose him, standing firm in the confidence, realizing that similar sufferings are being capable by your family all through the world. Take boldness, my dearest kids, for I have beaten the world. In me, you will discover a genuine sense of reconciliation that outperforms all comprehension, satisfaction that is unspeakable and brimming with greatness, and solidarity to confront anything preliminaries might come your direction. Trust in me, and I will direct you through the most obscure of evenings into the splendor of my timeless day. For I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the start and the end, the radiance of the world who sparkles in the dimness, and the murkiness has not beaten me. All in all, as you venture through life, may you generally recall that you are rarely alone. God's adoration and presence are with you constantly, directing you, safeguarding you, and invigorating you. In the midst of haziness, may you look for the radiance of His reality and track down solace in His commitments. Furthermore, may the tranquility of God, which rises above all figuring out, monitor your hearts and psyches in Christ Jesus. Amen.